This is why Liverpool are going to win the Champions League this season, and it's going to be their seventh Champions League in history. Yeah, this is not against any team. This is not against like good teams that like Arsenal who have finished first this season. This is not because Bayern Munich finished second this season. That this is not because Liverpool finished third in the Champions League table this season. But this is not purely because of faith. This is purely based on statistics, and I honestly think that Liverpool Football Club are going to win the Champions League this season and to make it their seventh Champions League title and to make them the outright and the more successful football club in England in the Champions League. And yeah, honestly, I think this because if you think about Liverpool this season, you honestly think about them in the Champions League only. You see their team. They have players like Florian Wirtz. They have players like Hugo Ekitike. They have players like Mohamed Salah, who only looks like he's playing well in the Champions League. Listen, the Champions League is not very, very good and like physical. It is not like relying on set pieces. The Champions League is relying on fast attacks. The Champions League relies on good football. The Champions League relies on who wants it more. And I think for Liverpool, we have a good stadium like Anfield. I think Anfield can carry us to a Champions League. Listen, Liverpool finished that this season. And for them finishing that, this means that until the semi-finals, they're going to be playing their second legs at home. And for only that reason, I think that the people in Liverpool, the Scousers, they feed off the energy in the Champions League, the night games, the 8 p.m. kickoffs. That's when the Scousers arise. That's when the cop becomes loud. That's when Arne Slot brings the taxes. Well, that's when shivers go down the spines of Hugo Ekitike. Shivers go through the spines of Florian Wirtz, of Mohamed Salah, of Virgil van Dijk, of Ibrahima Konate. Look at these guys. This season, we have not beaten any huge club in the Premier League. We have not beaten Manchester City. We have beaten Arsenal only once because we are at home, and that is the first team that finished 8 out of 8 wins in the Champions League, Arsenal. And we beat them at home. And that is the sole reason why I think Liverpool can win this Champions League this season. We have not beaten a huge team away from home. We have not beaten like Chelsea beat us, you know. But when you look at the Champions League, we beat Real Madrid. We went away to Marseille and beat them. A very, very hostile atmosphere. We went to Frankfurt. We went to Galatasaray and only lost 1-0. If it was not for a lack of poor finishing. The poor finishing on display that Galatasaray away was pretty poor, you know. And only for that, we could have like beaten Galatasaray like 4-0 or 4-1. Giving them a goal, you know. And for us, Liverpool, we have good players. Hugo Ekitike is a player who is meant to play in the Champions League. Florian Wirtz is a player who is meant to play in the Champions League. Last season, Florian Wirtz won about 6 Champions League Man of the Match awards in the group stages. You know, he was the only one to do that. No one else won all of those Man of the Matches. And Brian Gravenberch, McAllister, we have good players who can adapt to the Champions League. We have very, very good technical players. Dominic Szoboszlai, very, very good technical. When you look between the Premier League and the Champions League, you can see the Premier League looks like long throwings, corner kicks have become more impactful to teams. And being that team, you cannot win the Premier League. Liverpool are not meant to win the Premier League this season. We do not have the physicality of Florian Wirtz. We don't have physicality of Hugo Ekitike to beat his man like shoulder to be shoulder in the. That's why you can see this season we have considered a lot of goals from our set pieces. We have considered about 14 goals from set pieces. But when you go to the Champions League, you have not considered any set piece goal. We have not considered any set piece goal in the Champions League, but we have scored a lot of set piece goals in the Champions League. You see how it contrasts. We have scored a lot. We have scored a little in the Premier League. We have huge players who can score those corner kicks. We have teams like the funny and slot says we are not adapted to low blocks. We cannot break down low blocks. And in the Champions League, you are not going to find any team playing low blocks. You're not going to find any team playing low blocks. And that's why I think like Liverpool, if Liverpool are serious, by the way, we can go away with the Champions League. I think the only huge game or big game is Bayern Munich, maybe Real Madrid if they qualify out their knockout stages. Maybe Arsenal, of course, because they finished first. But for them not having a pedigree in the Champions League, we can also say PSG. PSG are in there, of course. You must include them because they are the previous winners. And yeah, there was a lot of competition, but I think Liverpool are capable of beating all these teams. Liverpool, if they are serious, I think they can beat all these teams in the Champions League. And for the final to be at Budapest, we have huge Hungarian players or two Hungarian legends, Dominik Szoboszlai and Milos Kerkez. Dominik Szoboszlai, of course, he's adored by his countrymen. He's like the president of. Even if I ask you, you do not know the president of Hungary, but you know Dominik Szoboszlai. That tells you how much Dominik Szoboszlai is loved in his country. And for him, I think it's going to be a huge motivation for him and Milos Kerkez to take Liverpool to the Budapest for the Champions League final. And yeah, this Liverpool team is equipped to win the Champions League. And honestly, I think Liverpool can. And Anfield Stadium can carry Liverpool to that Champions League title. And for it to be the seventh title, oh my God, it's going to be sweet. I can't wait for the parade, man. And listen, guys, not being arrogant, but listen, anything can happen. We can have an injury, and all this going to go out the window. But considering everything that it is right now, and also Isak coming in fresh at April. Oh my God. If you're going to be having Isak and Hugo Ekitike at the same time, left wing, right wing, oh my God. We are going to cook in the Champions League. If you get favorable draws, oh my God, I think we can win the Champions League. Tell me in the comment section. That is my opinion. Tell me in the comment section who you think can win this Champions League. Because honestly, Liverpool, I think, can win it. And if they go for it, they can win it. Yeah, guys, tell me in the comment section who you think is going to win it. Is it your club? Is it Arsenal? Is it Bayern Munich? Tell me. Comment your club. If it's the Champions League, tell me if you think they are going to win it. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you want more content like this, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, and turn on that notification bell so that every time I go live or record these pre-recorded videos, you're going to be the first one to watch. And I'm going to be having a little present for the person who's going to be the first one to like. Thank you, guys. Peace.